How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. Here we are again with another exciting episode as Mind Equals Blown, and we got Matt back. I had to send out the French Foreign Legion to get him and drag him in here, but I got him back.
I put up a fight, but you won the day.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I hope everybody jumps in here and jumps on board, and we will grow. We'll hit that grow train a running tonight and see what we can do. Share out the stream, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Come back and watch the stream later in case you miss anybody. And bring your interesting facts. We'll talk about the interesting facts. I hit a cowbell. Matt will give you a virtual taco if you blow our minds. None of it's worth anything except a lot of fun.
And they're highly coveted, too.
I'm BrendaG of BrendaG's Designs, and this is Mr. Matt Haas of
All Things YouTube and Awesome Wood Things. Where's my Awesome Wood Things sticker? Here it is. Boop. But I'm logged into the stream today as All Things YouTube. Go check me out.
The All Things YouTube is a live stream he does on Monday evenings at 7
p.m. Yes. Eastern.
p.m. Yep. Eastern time. And he talks about all things YouTube. Gives you all the news, tells you what you need to know. And he does some videos over on his other channel, Awesome Wood Things, where he does awesome things with wood.
I do. Yeah, if you like to see geek culture made into wood items that are pretty obscure, that's what I'm all about. So come check me out.
And I also have a channel sticker. If you would like channel stickers from either one of us, get in touch with us. Give us your mailing address. We'll send you channel stickers and maybe a card or maybe, I don't know.
If you want to mail me stuff, this is my... I hate see these little dots. It's summertime. The sun hasn't set yet. It's
sun is coming in through your shades there.
Yeah, I've blocked the one off, but this is the other one that's happening there.
Now, my mailing address, you can message me for that either through Twitter or Facebook or wherever you can find me. I'm every place. BrendaG's Designs. I'm pretty easy found. If you can't find me, just look down in the description of the video. I always put the URLs to every place that I am on there, and we'll go that direction. And if you would like for us to take a look at your channel tonight and show everybody what you do there on your channel, it's free advertising. Just type "raise the curtain" in the chat. We'd be happy to take a look at your channel for you. If you would like for us to review your channel, we can do that too, but be careful what you ask for.
Hey, it's free advertising. Put your channel up on the big screen. To everyone who's watching, hey, we have a handful of people watching. If you want to type a little note there in the chat, we can see you. Right now, we don't know you're there, except we have the count. So say hi in the chat.
And let's see. I'd lost my train of thought. I was thinking something when you said that, and then it derailed, and it just, I don't know where it went.
Well, that happens to me all the time. All the time. I try and drink coffee to compensate. Sometimes that helps.
I've been out in the sun too much today. My glider, I blew taps over my glider swing today. 11 years it served me, but it was time for it to go. The legs were rusting off of it, and the canopy was all torn on it, and it looked like something had been through the war. And I said, it's time for you to go. So I'm redoing my patio. I'm making me a workspace out there. There's going to be workbenches go in, and it's going to be a whole new era. And I had to drag all that stuff out to the alley. I've dropped a big iron bar on my foot, like I broke my foot. And I don't know what I hit with my leg, but I got a bruise on my leg the size of a silver dollar.
No.
And
oh, there we go. The chat was messed up. I haven't seen anyone's messages in the chat, but I refreshed. I can see them now.
Okay. Well,
folks, I see Joyce McGuire, Luana Pierce, Harney Media. That's Steve Nealon, Simply Wooden Creations, Russ Clarity. Hello, hello.
Let me refresh it then and see if I can get it to work, because I was like you. I didn't have nothing going here.
So, a handful of, I saw the counter start climbing as far as people watching, but I haven't seen any chat stuff, but it's all good now. All good now.
Well, good for you because I can't even get it to refresh for me. There it goes. Finally. Lord have mercy.
There's a gremlin running around inside the YouTubes.
Well, there is because I scheduled this up and it always shows it there on my page. And I went to my page today to retrieve the show so that I could have it up on the other monitor, and it wasn't there. And I refreshed, it still wasn't there. I went looking for the show, and sure enough, it was scheduled, but it wasn't showing up on my homepage.
Oh, maybe they, rolled out an update and there was a little pause there for a while. But partly cloudy 420's here. Hello, hello.
Well, God love all of you for showing up and being here to see what kind of foolishness we get into tonight, because Lord only knows.
Partly cloudy 420 came over to my live stream on All Things YouTube. That was nice to see you. We have a lot of people here that check into All Things YouTube. It's good to see everybody.
Russ said that he had trouble with the chat, wasn't working at first either, so he had to reopen it too. So
maybe it was a cascading thing that hit multiple users, but we're glad it's back. I'm glad to be back.
That's something for you to research. I want to hear the answer to what this issue was on your show on Monday night. So inquiring minds want to know why we had a problem.
We had a minor glitch.
Don't they know it's Thursday night and time for Mind Equals Blown? They can't be monkeying around with the system.
We'll get that on their calendar.
That's right.
Do not push any updates at 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays.
Heads will roll. Jasmine's Entertaining's in the house. Good to have you with us tonight.
I like entertaining, and I like Jasmine.
You're new here, Jasmine, and so hey, we are crazy in the house here, and we do a show here called Mind Equals Blown, where we talk about odd facts, and if you throw a fact out there to us that blows our mind, we'll give you a virtual taco and a cowbell ring.
It's true. It's true. And I have virtual tacos. I was on vacation, but I all my virtual tacos went bad while I was on vacation, but I restocked. I have more to go. So good.
It's also a networking stream, so check out everybody else there. That we don't allow the S word in the chat. You know how that goes, and you just go over to their channel. You watch a video. If you like what you see, leave them a comment, hit the like button, and all that good stuff over there, and take care of it over on that end. But this is a good place for you to meet great people. There are great supporters that come in here to this stream. So,
hey, Brenda, I have something nice to tell you. Buckle up. It doesn't happen often. I am impressed with your StreamYard setup here with the branded logo up in the corner and the background image and the nice little text at the bottom. That's some professional stuff. That wasn't like that on previous shows. You're snapping up the place for us.
Isn't that cool? I mean, I can change the background. We can do different things here. You just never know what we're liable to do.
This is for you. She's doing it for you to improve your entertainment. She invested in some high quality third-party services to snap up this stream.
That's right.
So good on ya. I noticed and I really like it. So thank you, BrendaG.
Thank you very much for the compliment. Yes, I'm trying to raise the bar here. Let's raise the bar.
That's what I teach on All Things YouTube. It's like always improve. Even if it's a little bit, try and make an improvement. Here, I'll turn on some lights for you.
Got the disco going. Woohoo!
Boogie, oogie, oogie.
Speaking of getting things going, I put up 190 episodes of Heifer Haven's free advice.
No, you didn't.
And there's going to be about 10 more go up. I'm going to try running on up to 200, and then I'm probably going to stop, or they might be sporadic after that. Who knows what I'm liable to do? But there's going to be a new series come out, and I have been gearing up for this series.
Oh, I'm dying. I'm hanging on every word.
and the series is called "And That's Why I Need Bail Money."
Oh, I love it already.
I've already started getting my props. I got my tin cup. I've got my OBS set up with my background.
Brenda, you are internet gold. I'll tell you what. Hey, now I'm turning on the lights. Guess why?
Woohoo! Thank you, Luanna. I appreciate that. Time for the disco.
You have to
Gotta
pay
get
us
it
$2 more
going.
to stop dancing.
You know, I rev this thing up. I may never get it stopped.
A few more people jumped in here. Ray the Gamer, hello. And Portal Woodworks. That's Mr. David Jones. Welcome to Mind Equals Blown on the Brenda G's Designs channel.
And Mel just come in too. Hey, Mel, good to
hello.
see you. Are you off tonight, Mel, or are you sneaking in here on your break?
We don't care how you consume the show. You pop
That's
in
right.
for a little bit, or you're here the whole time, or
That's
you
right.
watch the reruns, which a lot of people are watching reruns that can't make it. They're hanging on every word because you never know where we're going to take the show.
Yeah, well, we don't know where we're going to go. We fly by the seat of our pants. That's why we had to have all of our britches reinforced in the rump. You just don't know what's going to happen in here. And he says he's at work. So, hey, Mel, I know that you got things to do and all that, and I appreciate you coming in. Do what you got to do. But yeah, he says that he just glad to be able to swing by and watch as much as you can. Yep, and I appreciate your presence. But I tell you what, I really like Mel's show. He tells it like it is over there on his show. And he's also got an episode that he does every Friday about saving by the numbers. And he's got a savings plan where he takes some money every week and puts it back and teaches people how to save money. So,
well, I love saving money.
Check that out, and that's good for folks to learn how to do.
Penny saved is a penny earned.
I was taught as a young kid how to save money. And it has been valuable through life. So many kids aren't taught that. They get their allowance, or they get, grandma gives them $1 or $5 or whatever, and then they see how fast they can blow it.
Yep. Hand to mouth. Yep. One in one area, out the other.
Yep. Hey, I was wondering if Evan ever asked you what it was like to live back in the 80s.
No, but he has lots of snarky comments about like old timey stuff. Like he paints this picture like before electricity and kind of presumes that was when I was living. And then I get mad at him and I'm like, no, I don't. But
I was thinking, if he asked you, hey, Dad, what was it like to live back in the 80s? That is all you'd have to do is take his video games and his Wi-Fi and internet away from him and say, here.
I will remember that, and I will implement that suggestion next time he asks me.
Yep. Just ask him. Say, have you ever wondered what it would have been like to live when I was a teenager, back in the 80s? Did you ever wonder? Because I can show you.
I could do that in one click. I'll just change the Wi-Fi password. It'll be the same thing that you said.
There you go. There you go. Cut him off, and say that this is what it was like. No cell phones and and no internet. Yeah.
Yeah, he would not be happy with me.
Oh, and you will be happy to know that we are only on one broadcast tonight. Not like I did with Russ last week where I confused everybody and had it going twice. I did not hit that button.
Were there two separate YouTube videos going?
Yeah.
Oh, because when you said there was two chats, I couldn't wrap my head around that. But it was really two separate video pages, each with their own chat. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now.
See, I'd set it up on StreamYard, but when I went over to YouTube, and to do my edit, there was another button there. And I thought, well, what does this button do? I've never seen this button before. Well, when I hit that button, it duplicated.
YouTube invoked its own, and they were both using the same stream code. I get it. Yeah. Portal Woodwork says, lock the TV down to 3 channels.
Make it black and white. In the 80s we had color, but yeah.
He would go to the TV and say, I can't get Netflix to work. He doesn't know about broadcast television. He's like, why would I pay for 200 channels, all of which I don't want to see? That's his mentality. Yeah.
Well, see, that's how I feel when I get stuff from Xfinity and, saying, hey, you can get all these channels if you upgrade your system and all this. I just have basic cable and I barely turn the TV on as it is. And I'm thinking, why would I want to pay all the money to have a bunch of shows on I don't want to watch?
Exactly. I get the hard sell because they want to put the cable box in here, and I have a TiVo with a cable card, and they don't like that because they can pull statistics from you if you use their cable box. They'll know when you're watching, and they can sell you the pay-per-view stuff, which can only come through the cable box. And they try and give me the hard sell, and I'm like, I don't feel like downgrading. And they're like, oh, ours are superior. I'm like, well, what can yours do that my TiVo can't? Well, you can get pay-per-view movies. I'm like, all that stuff is $4.99 minimum, and I can go on Amazon Instant Streaming for $1.99 and get the B-level movie. I'm like, it's a hard no.
Like 7 years ago when I moved in here and I got cable because I had just been on a regular antenna in the yard, you know, and I come in here and I get the cable and they said, well, what package do you want? And I said, well, what's the cheapest one you got? And she rattled something off and I said, now you have something that's less expensive than that. She says, well, they're basic. And I said, and how much is basic? And she told me, you know, it was the bottom tier. It was like, I don't know, back then it was like 20 a month. I think it's like 30 now. And she says, but you don't want that. And I said, why? And she says, well, about the only thing you get on there is PBS. And I said, well, about the only thing I ever watch on TV is PBS. So I guess that's about all I need, ain't it?
Oh, we got some freezing up here happening. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It seems to be working.
Corkboard TV came in. Hi, Corkboard.
Hey, Scott. Good to see you. Glad you're with us. How's everything up in Canada? Are you holding everything down good?
Oh, Canada.
About ready to head south for the winter? Fall is going to be upon us soon. That's why I like this little background that I put in here with the fall leaves and stuff.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Do you know in Canada they have a law that if you say sorry, it's not an admission of guilt because they say sorry so much?
They say A.
Well, there's no law about that. They do say A.
Sorry, A.
And they say a boot.
Yeah. Sorry, A. A boot, A.
Do you remember Trailer Park Boys? Oh, no. You don't watch TV.
I don't watch TV.
Oh.
Do they have it on YouTube?
That's it.
They got a lot of TV shows that they're putting on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah. Well, YouTube is a serious contender. You can make money on YouTube. People figured out, oh, you make money on YouTube? Okay, then the big guys start showing up. Yeah, it's a thing.
Russ had a birthday the other day. Friday was his birthday. I got one coming up here in about 3 weeks.
Oh, my.
Actually, it's not a birthday. It's an anniversary. It's the 34th anniversary of my 29th birthday.
I dig it.
I stopped having birthdays when I was 29. K-Fabe is in the house. Glad to have you with us. She's one of them that's in my challenge that I've got going on. There's 8 people now involved in the challenge that's going to be doing gourd art, and that ends the end of this month. I'm going to cut off sending out gourds on the 15th. So if you want in on the gourd challenge, you need to get your name and address to me right away so I can get these gourds out to you. The challenge ends the end of August. And what I'd like for you to do, I send you a box of gourds. You make a project. You do a video about the project. You tell everybody in the video that you got the gourds from BrendaG at BrendaG's Designs. You link me in the description of the video. Then you send me a couple still pictures of your project, because I'm going to do a video shouting out your channel, showing your art, and I will link you in the description of my video so everybody gets exposure that way. Luanna Pierce is in on it. She got her gourds the other day.
I got a handful.
And K-Fabe says that she's trying to figure out what to make. And
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not quite sure, but I'll think of something.
Mr. Doughboy's in on it. Emily's in on it. Emily's done her video and got her project and sent me stills and everything. So, hey, she's kicking everybody's tail. And I just sent a box out to a young lady in Chicago today. So hers is on the way. Huntress of the Unknown is in the house. Good to have you with us.
Hello, hello. I like unknown and I like huntresses. So
if anybody wants us to put your channel up on the big screen, just type raise the curtain. in the chat, and we will be happy to put your channel up here so everybody can see what you do over on your channel. It's free advertising. If you want us to review your channel, we can do that too, but be careful what you ask for.
If you don't want it to be free, you can pay us.
Well, there is that to be said, because I do need bail money.
And that's why I need bail money. Can I make a programming suggestion for your new series?
Sure.
You should somehow work in the slogan that this content will never start with, and first we had a salad. And then the night progresses, and then you need bail money. That never happens. People that land in jail never start out the day eating a salad. So
no, it's probably going to start out something like this. Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Have 50% of the stories include the phrase "hold my beer."
Hold my teeth.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Every episode, maybe you holding something different. You never can tell.
It starts like this. Well, what happened was, that's what Portal Woodwork suggests. Yeah, I like that. I love this series already. We've only talked about the concept, and I'm an instant fan. I'm telling you.
Many of my stories already start out with "it seemed like a good idea at the time," and then things just go downhill from there.
Luana says, "Hold my beer" should be engraved on her tombstone.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, maybe you could wrap the show up by saying, and remember, it speeds the process up if you have large amounts of cash with you, because trying to obtain cash for the bail bondsman, it can sometimes be difficult. So always go out of the house with a wad of cash. That could be like your send-off tip as the credits roll and the end screen comes on.
I think I have worked on this so much for like 2 months now, putting this whole thing together, that I think you're going to be impressed when I do this. If you're not, I'm going to be disappointed. But
I'm sure I will be.
You'll be impressed when I put this together. This is going to be epic.
K Wood Adventures Alaska and more is here. Hello.
Glad to have you with us. That's one of my new friends, and I'm glad you're in here.
Matt. Hello.
Yeah, this is Matt Haas. And why are our names not up here on the screen tonight?
Like underneath. Well, you have it down at the bottom, but
yeah, but it should have it right on our thing. I don't know. I've got it clicked down there at the bottom to show the display names, but it's not showing them, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a button's out of whack. Portal Woodwork says always keep your property deed with you for collateral. That might be a little much.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see.
Paducah's here. Hello, and Billy Burt. Hello.
Glad to have both of you with us too. Great.
If anyone wants to drop an interesting fact that's true that will blow our minds, you might get virtual tacos and cowbell rings. I'm just saying, no one has got any yet. You could be the first. We will record this.
Now I've got one. It's a little long, but it is worth it when I get to the end of it. It says Louis XIV of France really was an unpleasant fellow as he's been depicted. In 1674, when he was visiting a school in Claremont, he heard from the school's authorities that one of the children, a 9-year-old Irish lad named Francis Selden, had made a pun about the king's bald head. Louis was furious. He had a secret warrant drawn up for the child's arrest, and the young Selden was thrown into solitary confinement in the Bastille. His parents, members of Europe's richest merchant family, were told simply that the child had disappeared. Days turned into months, months into years, and Louis himself passed away. But Francis spent 69 years in the hole for making fun of the king's bald head.
You've got to be kidding. That's crazy. People are asking for cowbells. How about you give yourself a cowbell for that? She's gonna fall off the chair. I've been noticing your heifer havens. The energy is turned up like one notch when you start off. Like you're like, more cowbell. I can tell. So you're taking it up a notch there, Brenda, and I love it.
I'm gearing up for why I need bail money.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Corkboard says, I know that scares me, Matt. The only thing that really amazes me is tardigrades. Yes. Tardigrades are freaking amazing. Do you know what they are?
No.
It's a very small creature. I think they're really tiny. Like you got to squint to see them. Maybe they're even microscopic. But it is a life form that is the hardest to kill. Like it just keeps living. You can freeze it. You can burn it. You can expose it to radiation. It can live in the vacuum of space. It can, like, they just don't die very easily. And it's like, they're like, okay, Armageddon happens. You think the cockroaches are going to survive? It's the tardigrades.
Are they good witches or bad witches?
Well, they don't mean anybody any harm, but they just
are they disease carriers, or do they solve a problem, or
no, they just kind of keep to themselves. They just keep to themselves.
Okay, this goes back to what I've always claimed. People say that, oh, well, there's no such thing as aliens. Aliens are among us all over the place. Them things is little alien creatures.
Here, do you want to share the screen or put it up? This is a tardigrade.
Tardigrades are alien creatures. Take a look at your
butt. They're terrestrial, but yeah, I mean, they may have come from some other location.
There you go.
But they, I'm telling you, they're very hard to kill. I mean, they're not impossible to kill, but they're very, very hard.
Now, are they a mite?
I think they're like yes, possibly. Oh, here, 0.03 to 0.05 millimeters. That's the size. So that's pretty small. I mean, it's not like microscopic, but they're tiny. They're really tiny, but they cannot, I don't want to say cannot die, but they're very robust. It's like the perfect life form. Mm-hmm. That tardigrade, they are amazing. They truly are amazing. They're kind of like in a category of themselves. Like, if you look at the species, you've got the mammals and the fish and the insects and birds. So it's kind of like it's a separate thing almost. I don't know.
Corkboard says that he's an alien. He means a Canadian.
Are there Canadian aliens? Oh, that would not be good. No, I'm just kidding.
But now, take a look at any bug, praying mantis, the June bug. As far as I'm concerned, they're all just little alien creatures.
Yep. All right, let's take the screen share away. Yeah, octopus and squids are highly advanced creatures. Yep. Some say they're at least 100,000 years more advanced than anything else. Wicked cool creatures. They can control the color. They're super intelligent. Yeah, sounds like he wants to come back as a tardigrade. Well, I'd live a long time probably.
K-Fab says Canadian aliens are
Canalians. They say, take me to your leader, eh?
Sorry, take me to your leader, eh?
Don't you know?
Bryson Dawson, Cartoons for Kids Videos, is in the house. Good to have Bryson with us this evening.
Florida Pirate. Hello, hello. Do we say hi to
Florida Pirate? Florida Pirate's in the house. Cool. I love his videos. All them sunsets, man.
Stopping by to say hi and giving thumbs up. I like that.
Yep. Good people in the house tonight. There's lots of good channels for you to work. And share the stream. Share it out so that you get other folks in here. More people we have in here, the more networking we can do.
Sharing is free. It's a free way to support BrendaG's designs.
That's right.
Russ says he's a lumberjack and he's okay. He kind of is a lumberjack. All the work he's doing around his property, he kind of feels like one. Did you see my new artwork back here? My Pac-Man ghosts, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. I painted that with my bare hands.
Yep. I've been working on my rock album for the
Makers Rock
challenge.
Makersrock.com, people.
I don't know. I may have to start it over. I'm not liking the way part of it's coming out, but that's why I started early.
Makersrock.com. There we go. I put it in the chat.
Luana says there is no butter in buttermilk.
Okay, I think that's taco worthy. Thank you for the free fact, Luana. Boom, she's the first one, folks. See, you could have been the first one to get a taco, but Luana beat you to it. You could be the second person to get a taco. Just drop an interesting fact in the chat, and we'll hook you up. I have a whole playlist of rotten jokes.
Yeah, Corkboard over on his show, he wears a chicken on his head. And I keep trying to get him to cook that chicken. That chicken be good with some dumplings.
Flamingos can bend their knees backwards, says Luana Pierce. All right. She gets
so can I, but it's not supposed to happen that way.
Oh, yeah.
Things that come with age. Your body starts doing all kinds of magical things you didn't think it could do.
It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to go this way, not that way.
Every day's a surprise. I'm like a box of Cracker Jacks, I'll tell you what.
My brother has a rotary cuff injury. He does nothing. He sits on the couch. He's like he's a couch potato. He has a permanent shoulder injury. Never lifts anything, never does anything stressful.
That's about what I was like back when I pulled the tendon out of the back of my left leg. But I tried not to move anymore, and I absolutely had to. And, the doctor said, well, it'll eventually heal, but you're always going to walk with a limp. And I do, it's just one of them things that you learn to live with. But yeah, there for a long time, I was in a lot of pain, and you finally get in a position where you're almost comfortable and you don't even breathe.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Mr. Doughboy showed up. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Doughboy. Hope everything's going well over there where you're at.
Luana has a new series suggestion. What happens when you age?
Well, it would be comical if it wasn't, so dramatic.
Yeah, and true. Things just take longer to heal.
Yeah.
That's what I've started to notice.
Yeah.
You get banged around a couple days, you're good as new. And it's like, okay, 2 weeks now, let's go.
Sometimes it's months. Sometimes it's never. It's just part of it. It is not for the faint of heart to get old.
There was this one comedian that says, he's like, I just turned 40 I guess he was he's up 50. He's like 47, I think. And he's like, I could just be sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And he goes, it's time to wipe my butt. Nothing happened. He's just like, oh, it's time to wipe now. Like, oh, it's funny because it's true.
One thing I used to do, I haven't done it in a while, but you go in a chat room and somebody asks you how you are, you say depends, and they say depends on what, and I say, no, I'm wearing Depends. That's how I am.
Oh snap! Luana asks if I have some injuries from the slip and slide. Well, yeah, my stomach. Like I guess I was when I was coming down, like I'm lifting up my head and my shoulders, like because when you're going down the hill, like you
try to go down like a seal.
Well, you want as few of you touching the bottom as to have the least amount of resistance, like because you want to get max speed. So yes, I was hurting for not hurting, but it was strained. I got strained something. All the muscles. Like, how often do you go around and use these muscles? Like, you don't do that naturally.
Have you ever watched the seal, like at SeaWorld, when they jump out of the water onto the side of the pool, and they just with their belly, they just kind of slide up. That's what she's doing on that slip and slide. It's just like a big old seal.
That's exactly right. I know you're joking, but that is exactly what you need to do. And the guy that owns it, he's got it down. Only his belly touches. No shoulders, no elbows, no hands, no knees, no feet, just belly. And he screams down that thing. It's insane.
And Corkboard says, growing old's fun. You can do and say things that people just look at you like, what the, and he just laughs. But, yeah, but, they what they're thinking. That old person needs to shut up. That's what they're thinking.
Oh, I got accepted into a private Instagram channel. It's called Old People Doing Things. And people is PPL. So just type old PPL doing things into Instagram and request to join. About 4 days later, my request was approved, and it is internet gold. I'm telling you, everything you can imagine of deranged people that don't have all their marbles and old doing wacky. Most of it's dance, not most of it. A good bit of it is doing strange dancing at festivals, but that's not all of it. There is some funny stuff on that thing. Matt did with camera in hand the slip and slide. I have a video of me going down, filming myself. And I was in frame the whole time. Can you imagine that? I was like, okay, this is going to be garbage to watch. But I was like, holy cow.
I went back and looked at one of my old videos today that I did with the GoPro out in the yard. Lord have mercy. I needed, I don't know, a team of people or something, because that camera was all over the place.
Oh,
like
no.
I was like, how in the world? I dropped it once.
Your friendly Otaku's here. Otaku, hello.
Hey, good to see you.
It's a returning new friend of ours. Good to have you back. Remember me? I'm Matt. All things YouTube and Awesome with Things.
Glad to have you with us.
Repeat the Instagram. I'll drop it in the link. It's Old People Facebook with people spelled PPL. So Instagram /Old PPL.
Blended Whiskey's in the house. Good to have you with us.
I'm sorry. Old People Doing Things. Doing Things. Old People Doing Things. Yeah, here it is.
I got to get me a smartphone one of these days so that I can do the Instagram thing.
You want to share it? Okay. We probably shouldn't do this. So this is Old People Doing Things. And a lot of it is, people doing crazy stuff at festivals. So there's old people and they're doing things. See what the next one is. That's me. That is totally me. That guy is jamming. He don't care. Unplugs router and plugs it back in. Oh, the router. What day is it? Oh no. We shouldn't do this. This will be the last one.
What's she trying to knock out of that tree? A hive?
She's blindfolded. There was a bird feeder.
Oh.
The only thing funnier than this is kid fail. And that's kids. Jeez. All right, that's enough of that. But I'm telling you, like that is quality entertainment right there.
They had one like that last one that you showed, the beach one, on Facebook with a lady that I guess she'd been drinking or something, and she's out in the surf, and the wave caught her and knocked her down. So her significant other was trying to help her up and couldn't get her up, and her swimsuit starts, with the waves
Yeah.
beating on her swimsuit started to float away, and he's trying to get her clothes back on her.
It's tough sometimes. Yep. Blended whiskey's here. Hello. I just requested administration into that elite Instagram account. Good. I'm glad I'm spreading internet joy.
Duka Paduka is in the house. Good to have you with us.
Yeah.
It's International Cat Day.
Let's take off the screen share, please.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay. International Cat Day. I love cats. 50% of the internet is cats. Did you know that?
Well, I heard something like that.
And the other 49% is porn. And then the last 1% is everything else that you consume.
I'm going to be trying to edit a video to go up. I don't know when, hopefully in the next month, because I'm a little slow with the editing thing, but it's going to have my dogs in it. And I made crate dollies for the dog crates. So I'm going to show how I did that and have the two culprits in crime.
I got to see the Australian, what's it called? Australian, what's the breed of dog you have?
Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherd. I got to see my cousin, Australian Shepherd. Now, last time I saw, just a little puppy, must have weighed 9 pounds. Now the thing's fully grown. Not a huge dog, but it's just as friendly, just as playful, just as lovable. I'm like, oh, great breed of dog. I just.
Mine are sisters out of the same litter. And the one of them is a standard. And the other one, she's not exactly a mini. She's a little bigger than a mini. Her mother had some mini shepherd in her. So she's a little bit smaller. But yeah, that's Scarlet and Shadow. And so they will be appearing in my upcoming video about how to make dog crate dollies.
I can't wait. I'd love to see them. But yeah, my cousin dog, her name is Harley. So she likes to get dirty. Like she'll in the dirt, she'll roll around in the dirt, get her nose all dirt. She loves it.
Mine like to dig. They don't like to roll, but they do like to dig. So all around the perimeter of the fence, there's these holes that they have dug, and I have to keep going out there and filling them in or setting something over them. And so I've got planters and water tanks and stuff all around the perimeter of the dog yard. Hey, but you have a good evening, Mel. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, try not to work too hard, Mel. Thanks for playing along. Question for the Magic 8 Ball. Do we have the Magic 8 Ball?
We certainly do have the Magic 8 Ball.
Are Scarlet and Shadow going to need bail money too, is the question.
Well, Scarlet and Shadow need bail money too. Magic 8 Ball, tell me true. And the Magic 8 Ball says, get the big eye up here so that we can read it. Yes, you may rely on it.
Jasmine says she's 3 away from 3,300.
Wow.
Can we put your channel up on this big screen? Maybe we'll get you some more.
Last I checked, I was 19 away from 6,500. So if anybody hasn't hit my red button, I'd appreciate you doing so. That would be helpful. And yep, that's 19 away from 6,500. Woohoo!
I think this is the secret to YouTube. Jasmine, I'm watching your channel. You seem to be cracking the YouTube secret code, and it's eating Burger King on camera. Mm-hmm. I think that's how you do it, Brenda. See, we're doing it all wrong. We don't eat Burger King on camera.
The secret, if you want to call it a secret to making it on YouTube, because I have done a lot of studying on this, is charisma.
Charisma, eh? I'm pretty sure it's the Burger King, but okay, we'll take your word for it.
Well, she's charismatic about the way she's eating her Burger King. Look at that.
So,
You know, but it's the charisma. You have to have charisma. If you don't know what charisma is, look it up. But if that's the secret ticket.
I pushed the red button. Guilty. Guilty. Well, there we go. You're almost at 3,300.
Now, when you hit 3,300, are you going to do anything spectacular? You know, bungee jump or give something away, or is it that like a milestone for doing something? C-Dub's Journey's in the house.
Yep. C-Dub stopping in and then heading out. That's fine. We approve. Glad you could stop in when you can.
Yeah, she says she wants to do a giveaway when she hits 3,300.
Oh, nice. Well, now you only need probably 2 more. Yep. No, look, she did it. Can you see?
Oh, cool.
3,304.
Yep. Keep going a little bit more. Get you a little bit more insurance on there.
Picked up a handful.
Yep. So
No Gimbals is here. Hello.
Now, I'll tell you right now, it'll go down a little bit. It's going to bounce for 2 or 3 days here, and then it'll settle. So, get you some insurance so that when it settles, it'll settle up above the 3,300. If they play yo-yo with it, the algorithm will kick some out, and then it'll bring them back, and then it'll kick some out and bring some back.
Oh, Dakota and family stop by. Hello.
Hey, glad you're with us tonight.
Sassy's here too. Hi, Sassy. Bossy. Sorry. I had it covered up. I stopped. I had to unshare my screen because you didn't unshare it, so I was distracted.
Oh, well, see, well. I'm old. No Coco Gimbals in the house. Glad to have you with us.
Yes.
Everybody just keep checking everybody else out. 89 Mattel's in the house. Somebody's been doing some sharing, getting all these folks come in here tonight. Good to have you with us. Go out there and check all the other channels out. Get you some folks on your channel to help support you, and get around as much as you can. I mean, not everybody's always going to be able to come over and watch every video you got. Lord have mercy. We've all got lives and things going on, but get around as much as you can. Say hey to folks. If you're available and it pops up, there's live streams going on, go in and check out some of the live streams. Say hey to people. I pop into live streams all the time, and maybe I can't stay, because I got other things going on, but I'll pop in and say hey to them, stay a few minutes and talk to folks. But do what you can to be supportive in the community.
That's right. It's not a one-way thing. No way. That's not how you make it.
And you can still work channels that, if they're doing these networking streams, if they leave their streams up, some don't leave them up, but if they leave the streams up, go into the streams, within the last couple of days where they've been doing networking, and check out the chat. See if there's folks in there that you don't have, and tell them, I seen you in the chat on so-and-so's channel, and come over here to check you out, and whatever else you want to say about their videos and that sort of thing, but you can still work these network streams after they go off the air. You don't have to be right in the live stream in order to work them.
Yep. Good advice.
Dakota says, we love doing live view and use your community tab. Yeah, that's something I don't do enough of, is use the community tab.
Yep, that's YouTube's way to keep people on the platform, so you don't have to go out and do posts. You can do posts on the community of photos and pictures and other non-video content, or you can put videos there too. But it's
put polls up. I put a poll on mine once.
I think my poll was, should I do polls?
Well, I wanted to know if people wanted me to come back to do a live stream, because I hadn't done live streams in a while. I'm thinking about maybe adding a second live stream a week when we get into the fall a little bit more. Maybe I'll bring back the trivia, because folks seem to enjoy my trivia shows when I do my live stream trivias.
I was a big fan of those. And you did the 8-ball too.
Yeah. Magic 8-ball was in there. So I may bring that back, resurrect it.
Yeah.
dust it off, see who salutes it, all that kind of good stuff.
That's the thing about the internet. You can do whatever you want. You don't need permission.
That's right.
Just jump in.
It says, but you can support others through community tab. Those notifications go to your supporters.
That's right. Yeah, you can shout out other channels as a post in your community tab.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. The 8-ball hates me, says Corkboard TV. Yes, you have not had much luck with the 8-ball. You just have some bad mojo around you or something.
That's right.
Haven't figured that out yet, but
gonna have to use some sage, burn some sage around Scott and see if that improves the aura.
Yep. If anyone has interesting true facts, drop them in the chat and we will riff off them, and you might get virtual tacos and cowbell rings.
People burn sage in their house to try to alleviate all the negativity or evil spirits or whatever in their homes, and I say that all the time, especially on the paranormal channels. But the thing is, they always have the doors and windows closed when they do it, so the spirits are just running around in there in a circle trying to figure out how to get out.
To have the windows open, okay.
Open the windows and doors and give them a place to escape.
They're doing it wrong. You heard that here first on Mind Equals Blown.
Yeah, smudge sticks is what Luana calls them. Just burning sage.
Hey, that's what people want to do. Let them do it.
What other fact do I have up here that I could read to you?
Shared the stream in the community tab, says Dakota. And Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop is here. Hi, Al Forte.
Hey, Al Forte.
You arrived a bit late, but we are glad you are here. I was talking to Al about the new Picard series coming to CBS All Access.
Yeah.
From the Star Trek The Next Generation. We're excited to see it. Live long and prosper, even though that's a Vulcan thing. But
well, I got a fact here for you.
Okay, bring it on.
The microwave was invented after a researcher walked by a radar tube and the chocolate bar in his pocket melted.
Oh my. That's an interesting way to discover or to put something to a different use. Luana says gold never erodes. That's true. Gold can be at the bottom of the ocean for 10,000 years. It's exactly the same.
Corkboard wants to know Magic 8-Ball. He's going to the UK next month.
Oh.
And he wants to know if his plane will be on time.
Wow.
So Magic 8-Ball, what do you have to say to Corkboard? Let's see what the Magic 8-Ball has to say here. Get it turned the right direction so I can read it. It says, my reply is no.
He's not kidding. Natlin Blog is here. Hello.
Glad to have you with us. This is a networking stream. You just, check out the other channels. See if you find some friends in here. Go over to their channels and make nice with them and see what they have to offer. See if you see anything that you like in these other channels. These are good supporters, these folks that's in here tonight. And, while you're at it, hit the like button, share it out to your friends. Come back next week. We do this every Thursday night at 7 p.m. And without fail, I have somebody tell me every week, oh, I always miss your show.
We can't make it any easier.
And I say, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. There's a Thursday in every week.
Ben Ritt YT is here. Hello, I'm Matt.
Hey, good to have you with us, Ben.
Welcome to Mind Equals Blown with BrendaG and Matt Haas. Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop was saying he's going to enjoy the show. I did point out a few things about the lore and some of the other products that are coming out that was kind of spoken about in a negative light, but the show is going to be awesome. I absolutely agree. Matt, he says, I got a question here, Corkboard. When do I go live? All Things YouTube goes live Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll drop a link to the next next show.
Yep, he's there every Monday night, and there's a Monday in every week.
52
Cowboy
of them.
Jojo's in the house. Good to have you with us. He's from Australia.
Good day, mate.
He travels the world. He brings videos from all over the world.
I love
And his
that.
editing skills are to die for. I just love the way he edits the videos and the stuff that he does, the way he runs credits and stuff on them. It is just priceless. King's man Patty is in the house. Good to have you with us this evening. Lots of new folks coming in the house tonight.
All right, I dropped my link to the next show. Go ahead and click that link, click the set reminder button, close the tab, and come right back here. Keep the show running. But yeah, Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern, All Things YouTube channel. That's my show about all things YouTube. Cool.
And next Monday, he's going to give us a report on why YouTube was cattywampus this afternoon.
There was a 30-second glitch, and she just demands a full report.
No, it's been more than that because it had my channel messed up till my show wasn't showing up there on the main page the way it was supposed to. They've been doing something all day today with it, and inquiring minds want to know. We are partners after all, and if they're going to partner us, they need to tell us what's happening.
King's man Patty's here. Hello, welcome to Mind Equals Blown. And then Luana says that there's a gaming channel in here.
Well, there's probably a bunch of them in here.
Ben's channel, it has games on it. Sweet.
Cool.
I love me some gaming channels.
Probably a bunch of gaming channels in here. They do some cool stuff on them gaming channels. And some of the gaming channels aren't all gaming either. You know, they do blogs and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, YouTube loves the gaming genre because people watch and they don't stop watching. And that's what they want. They want you watching videos and not leaving YouTube. And that's what typically happens with gaming channels. Yeah, gaming channels rock, says Kuka Paduka. I love the Pac-Man on the channel icon art.
I'm going to give a shameless plug to somebody that I watch all the time on YouTube. And he probably doesn't even know I exist. I'm small taters, you know, in his big garden. But it's Off the Ranch with Matt Character. Okay. And Matt is doing a project over on his channel where he bought this mansion. He lives down in Texas, and not far from where he lives was this mansion that people started building. And I guess they ran out of money or come on hard times or whatever, and they had to abandon the project. And so the place has been sitting vacant for like 10 years. And people been breaking into it. They broke all the windows out of it, water damage and everything. So he's having to gut this place and start over on the inside of it. And even on the outside, there was some stucco on some of the outside wall stuff. That's got to come off because they didn't paint it and seal it and do what they had to do. So it's peeling and all that. But yeah, he's gutting his house. Now, he's having YouTubers volunteer to come and help with the renovation project.
Free labor.
And there were two fellas from Texas that are in the maker community that was helping on his show today that he has posted on Off the Ranch. And they are spectacular YouTubers. I went over to their channel. I was so impressed with two different channels, but he's got them both linked in the description of his video. You can go check these guys out. They've got, I mean, like 100, or well, not 100,000. They got like 500,000 viewers and stuff on their channel. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the beautiful work that they put out. So if you're into the maker stuff or you like renovation stuff, you need to go and check this out. Now, Matt, he does all kinds of stuff on his channel. He's got three. He's got Vet Ranch, he's got Demolition Ranch, and he's got Off the Ranch. So wow. You can check out his channels, and he is silver member, so you know he ain't playing.
Awesome. Sounds like a good entertainment, and it sounds like a fun project, and
you can learn a lot. You know, as a YouTuber, you can learn a lot watching these big channels because they didn't get where they are pussyfooting around. You know, they've got some skills and they know how to use them. And it's good to watch the big YouTubers and what they are doing on their channels that's helped them with their charisma and their editing skills and their videoing skills and what they're doing. So just saying, you know.
That's the combo. You know, those that are technically savvy and have some design capabilities and are good on camera and are experts in their crafts, that's what's needed. And it sounds like that's what you're describing, which is awesome.
Yep. So, you know, I think you'll be impressed if you go over there and you start checking all that stuff out. But it's going to be really interesting to see him because when he renovates his house, they're going to move in it.
Nice.
Because they thought about just flipping it. But then they thought, Lord, look at all the work this place is going to need. If we're going to do all this, we ought to live here. And it is up on a big hill.
Nice.
And the view from any side of this house is amazing.
People are asking for a link. Can you drop a link? Now you got to put her to work, folks.
Yep, you're putting me to work. I'm going to see if I can find him here.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yep.
My goodness.
We'll see if we can find him right quick and put a link to his channel.
How many people we got watching here? 12 people watching. Cool.
Matter of fact, I'll see if I can just pull up today's vid and grab the link. This is the latest and greatest.
All right, folks, here it comes.
There it
Boom, in the chat. Off the ranch.
Asking you shall receive. Right there it is. But yeah, I've been watching Matt for a long time. I just love his shows, and I love his family. I'm subscribed to his dad and his brother. I like the whole bunch of them. River Spirit is in the house. New here. Someone from the coin community sent me here. Well, bless their hearts. I'm glad to have you. And just join right in. We network here. We don't mention it in the chat, but, you know, go to the other channels and check them out. There's lots of good supporters here. Just go check them out. If you like what you see, watch a video or put it in your watch later list, you know, and hit the red button, leave them a like. Always leave a comment on the video so that they know that you've been there. I call it putting your thumbprint on it. Always check your spam folders daily. I can't say that enough. And twice to 3 times a week, I get somebody complaining that my comments go to their spam folder. Now, I don't leave spammy comments on people's channels, but I make so many comments a day on channels because I watch a lot of videos. And when I watch videos, I leave comments. And so apparently the algorithm doesn't like you leaving over so many comments. I don't know what their recipe is, but I can't control what YouTube does with a comment when I leave it on a video. I mean, if you take a look at the comment, it doesn't have a bunch of emojis in it. It doesn't have any of the spammy words and stuff in it. I've stopped leaving. I used to say, you know, thumbs up my friend on there. I've stopped that. I'll say I left a like for you because somebody said that they thought me saying my friend was setting off the algorithm.
It's an arms race, you know. They keep whatever is the hot phrase of the day, they'll throw in there.
And I have comments come through. Now I hold all of my comments, but I have comments come through that should go to spam that don't. I have comments that go to spam that shouldn't. So I don't know how their algorithm thing is working, but check your spam folders daily. And
Corkboard's got to run. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you being in.
And Brenda, you know, when you do that, when you mark things as spam that aren't marked as spam but should be, and take things out of spam, that presumably the system's learning. So by you doing that, it's supposed to be getting smarter.
Supposed to be. But hey, you know, I question that artificial intelligence and how smart it actually is. But, you know, don't go off on people because a comment went to spam or tell them that I had to delete your comment because it went to spam. Don't do that to folks. They was nice enough to come and watch your video and leave you a comment on that video. And now you're going to insult them because of something they had no control over. Don't do that to folks.
That's a good
Nice
tip.
to people. Say, I really appreciate you leaving a comment on my video. See, now, isn't that much nicer? Right? I appreciate you taking the time to come and watch my video because I know there's billions of channels on YouTube and you could have gone someplace else. I mean, think about it. It doesn't hurt you to be nice to people. Oh, good Lord Almighty, turn on the lights.
No, she says little cowbell. She requested little cowbell.
That was a little cowbell.
If that's a little one, what's the other one called?
She says you are evil.
She wants her $2 back, probably. Checks in the mail.
Oh, yeah. Go wait for the mailbox.
Every time that phrase was uttered, it's always a lie. No one ever says a check's in the mail, and it's actually in the mail.
I remember an episode of Roseanne once that had me laughing so hard where they was paying bills and they didn't have enough money to pay the bills. And she tells Dan, this is not a problem. And she says, just give me the checks. And he's like, what are you doing? So she takes the check that's supposed to go to the phone company and she puts it in the envelope for the electric company. She takes the electric company's check and she puts it over in the envelope for the telephone company and she licks them, stamps them, and says, here. And he says, but you put the wrong checks in there. And she says, yes. And when they call me, oh my goodness, I must have made a mistake. Just send it back to me and we'll fix it right up. We'll get it all straightened out. And she says, that buys us another week to 10 days to get the finances straightened up here.
Yeah, pretty clever. Pretty clever. Yep. That's like when you're in college and you have to submit your paper via an email attachment, a document via attachment. This was kind of before Google Docs when it was all online. You can open the Word doc in a text editor, strip out a couple characters in the header, resave it, and when they go to open it up, it'll be corrupted file. So you turn it in on time. 3 days later, when they get around to grading it, they realize they can't. Can you send it to me? Oh, yeah, right here it is. And you have 3 extra days to kind of get it to really finish it off.
NoCo Gimbals is leaving. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
NoCo, good to meet you. Glad.
I'm back next week for more fun.
Thursday, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern.
Bring everybody with you.
Yeah. Share. It's all good.
And, if y'all haven't checked out the latest episode of Heifer Haven, you need to do that. There'll probably be another one coming out by morning. I try about once a day to put one out, sometimes twice a day. It depends on how fast people watch them, because if I get 50 views on one, then I'll put a new one out, and if it happens 5 times a day, then I know there'll be 5 of them go out. And if it happens once a day or once every 3 days, however often that happens, that's when they go out.
You're the only one that does it that way.
That's right. I dare to be different.
There's 2 billion YouTube channels. You're the only one that does it that way.
That's right. I dare to be different.
I make my own rules. I stick to them.
That's right.
Oh.
I check out, what's everybody else doing? I'm not doing that. Jim Bashir's is in the house.
Wait, I don't see him.
Jim, you've been back to work now for 4 days. How's it going?
Why can't I see Jim? I don't see him in the chat.
He has he's sitting at the Minneapolis.
Oh, there he is. Okay. He's on his personal account, not his driveway workshop. Hi, Jim.
Yep.
Glad you're here.
At the Minneapolis airport.
Oh. He's our little world traveler. Nice. Well, safe travels.
Luana says that I succeed in being different.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's saying hi to Paul. Is Paul here?
If he is, I missed him.
I don't see a Paul. Oh, hi, Paul. Whoever you are and wherever you are.
Or it could be that Jim's, taking some of them pappy pills again. He's
He's
seeing things that ain't there.
taking the red eye. He's all delirious.
Got Al and Paul mixed up. I don't know how you do that, but okay.
He wants to know if the workshop's still messy. Paul's messy workshop.
Yeah, he said. Al says, "Yeah, it's the meds."
Can I have some? Share the wealth.
So I sent him a thing on Facebook the other day about the Percocet.
There's a good show on HBO about all kinds of drugs, but some of the kind over the counter or the prescription stuff. Euphoria. Oh, man, that was a crazy ride. That show is messed up. Like, it is messed up.
I don't know if it was the last episode I put up or maybe the one before that, but I talk about LSD and the oh shoot, I can't think what the name of it is now. My mind's going blank. But the stuff they take now, things from the 60s and
Trilazepam and
Al says, which is it, Perky or Set? Well, maybe it's just a Perky Set.
ketamine and Molly. Molly was in this HBO show a lot. Crazy stuff. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Always 420 somewhere.
Yeah. Someone was advertising a self-watering pot. And at the end, they're like, it will water your pot at any time of the day, including 420. And you're like, oh, I get you now. Like, the whole advertisement was devoid of anything of that nature. And then I've
got another interesting fact here for you.
Bring it on.
23% of all photocopier faults worldwide are caused by people sitting on them to photocopy their butts.
That's a very high percentage.
How would you like to be the guy that's got to go in and fix the photocopier that's broke? And you've been at this for a while, so you know what the signs are.
Well, the glass is probably not tempered glass. When it breaks, it probably shreds itself, like breaks into a cajillion pieces.
See, now I'd be the photocopy repair guy that would go in and take a look at this, and I'd come back out into the office, and I'd say, okay, who's the fat ass that sat on the photocopier?
Oh, they had a Saturday Night Live. They had a photocopier, but the glass had 2 indentations in it. It was built for butt photocopy.
Okay, I have got the print of somebody's butt here, and we're gonna go matching them up until somebody confesses.
Oh no. Jim said he saw 2 untorqued people in Minneapolis last night.
He's always left hairs.
What'd he say?
Only Al.
I didn't see the what did he say?
He said mine always left hairs.
I don't see where he wrote that. He must have took it down.
No, it's right there on the screen.
Oh, jeez. Mine always left hairs. Okay, I see it. Oh, Al, come on now. You got a manscape down there, brother.
Oh, man. Go after him with some nair. He's got to sleep sometime.
Brenda went full Porky.
Yep.
That's my dog. My dog snorts. She like just the way she breathes. I'm like, you're not a puppy. You're a piggy.
Mine dream. Does yours dream?
Yeah.
They chase rabbits in their sleep
Little
and
feet going like this.
bark.
Here next to me.
Bark, and they just carry on like nobody's business.
AJ's here. Hello, AJ.
Glad to have you with us, AJ.
Welcome back to the channel. Mind equals blown. Drop some interesting facts, folks. Brenda and I will riff off of them and give you virtual tacos and cowbell rings.
I can probably come up with another in here. Let's see. I can't read it that way. Let's see here. It's down at the bottom of the page. Stewardesses is the longest word that is typed using only the left hand.
That is an interesting fact. Huh.
Stewardesses, plural.
Yeah. STUR. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's who would have like analyzed the letters in words just for the typing pattern associated with the hand that you use.
Somebody with a lot of time on their hands.
I'm telling you.
I don't have time to sit and study a keyboard to see what would be the biggest word that I could type with one hand.
They probably wrote an algorithm and then threw the whole dictionary at it, and it did a spreadsheet, and then you resorted the spreadsheet, and whatever was at the very top, and it was stewardesses. Yeah, the plural. The plural probably sets it number one because it's an extra S.
71% of office workers stopped on the street for a survey agreed to give up their computer passwords in exchange for a chocolate bar.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Now, the question would be, did they actually give the password or did they make something up?
I see these channels like a guy has a gold doubloon or something like that. And then people are like, no, I'm not going to give you $5 for that. And he's like, there's a rare coin shop right there. Like he's standing outside. You can go in and just 3 seconds and they'll assess it for you. Like, not doing it.
I've seen one where they ask them, would you rather have, and they'll have one of those great big chocolate bars like the kids sell for school, or like the big Hershey bar, the, big cooking size one. And they'll say, would you rather have this chocolate bar or an ounce of silver or 5 ounces of silver, whatever they got, and they'll say the chocolate bar.
I know. It's crazy.
I would take that silver and run like a scalded dog. And this fat girl can't run.
I'll take that silver all day long. We got some more facts in the chat. Luana says stomach acids found in snakes can digest bones and teeth, but not fur or hair. Snakes they're all about the acid. That's what they ingest into you. It liquefies your insides and they can suck it out easier.
AJ put the one in there that I just read about the photocopier faults.
Yeah, that's funny. Right before you got on here, AJ, that same fact was provided by Brenda. Picard is 97 years old in the new series, says Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. The Picard is the name of the series. It's a Star Trek Next Generation spinoff. He's an old... Well, he plays a 97 years old, but he's not 97. He's
younger than me, I think.
70 something, 78,
really?
I think.
Seriously, I didn't think he was that old.
Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop can confirm. He told me his age yesterday. I think it was 78. And Luana says she posted something I can riff off of. Should like it. Go ahead, Matt. That may have been the snake comment. Might be behind. But yeah. It's
79. Wow. I would have never guessed him being that old.
Yep. My dad yesterday turned 81. My old man is literally an old man.
There may be hope for me yet.
When does it start, the Picard series? I don't know when does it start? That's a good question.
I don't know.
Let's see.
You look it up. I'll give another fact out here. The electric chair was invented by a dentist.
Electric chair?
Yep. Make you feel better about going to the dentist now?
I guess not.
A Boeing 767 airliner is made of 3,100,000 separate parts.
Wow.
That's a lot of parts. Who counted them? The first fax machine was patented in 1843, 33 years before Alexander Graham Bell demonstrated the telephone.
Wow. Early 2020, says Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop, is when Picard will air. Early 2020.
So about 6 months.
Yeah.
Ants stretch when they wake up in the morning, Luana says. Do you get up every morning and watch them?
Write a comment here.
Yeah, Jim says that he's getting on one. A 767, Jim? Is it the same thing? Luana says, fun fact, ants stretch when they wake up in the morning. Yeah, we read that one. Okay, River Spirit says cotton candy was invented by dentists as well. Huh.
That's an inside job right there.
Yep. Yep, they probably invented lollipops too. Sugar daddies. Sugar daddies rip your teeth out.
Oh, fillings right out of your face. Same thing with a bit of honey. I had a bit of honey the other day.
Oh, I love those sugar daddies, but I've got crowns in my mouth, and I had to stay away from sugar daddies because they would rip my crowns right out.
24 years ago, the Golden Girls ended 7 seasons of production in which Betty White played the old lady.
And Betty White is the only living one out of that group now. All the rest of them have passed.
If they had her on Saturday Night Live and she was old.
Yeah.
She was having a tough time of it.
Well, she didn't show her age for the longest time.
No. River Spirit's here. Hello, River Spirit. I didn't watch the show, but it is universally agreed that they had some of the best writing. Like, it was funny. Apparently. I didn't watch it, but
a River Spirit saying cotton candy was originally called dental floss. No, it's called fairy floss.
Fairy floss.
Fairy floss. But the floss was in there. And since it was invented by a dentist, we know where it was going. X-37B military space plane's latest mystery mission hits 700 days. It is a ship that is smaller, but very much looks like the space shuttle.
Yeah, they've published pictures of it on the tarmac. It looks like a mini space shuttle. But
AJ says having bridesmaids in a wedding wasn't originally for moral support. They were intended to confuse evil spirits or those who wish to harm the bride.
Huh. Well, then the bride got the bright idea to make the bridesmaids dress up in ugly dresses so the bride would look more beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they always say, well, you can wear this out too. Like your bridesmaid's gown.
And you know, I have never been a bridesmaid, but I've always been a bride.
That's not the right saying, but okay. Jeff Robinson's here. Hello, Jeff.
Luana says a hard-boiled egg can spin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jeff wants to know who invented the corn dog.
I don't know.
I don't either. Jim Dockrell. Oh, good grief.
This is a good statistic. 11 minutes of actual play in a football game, even though the game is 3 hours and 12 minutes, because it's just all the time in between plays.
Yeah. That and commercials.
I always wanted to cut down a baseball game too. Just action on the field. Just pitch after pitch after pitch, hit, until.
Al says an average professional football game lasts 3 hours and 12 minutes, but if you tally up the time when the ball is actually in play, the action amounts to a mere 11 minutes.
Yeah, I paraphrased that earlier, but
And
yep,
C
crazy.
Dubs says leafcutter ants are eaten mainly in South America, said to taste like a cross between bacon and pistachio, and are usually eaten toasted. In Colombia, they are sold like popcorn at movie theaters.
Whoa. That's a good use of ants, I suppose.
The corn dog was invented by Neil Fletcher in 1942 for the Texas State Fair. There you go, Jeff. You wanted to know. Now you know.
See? The Mind Equal Blown show, it just keeps on giving.
Al wants to know what was the name of the first space station.
Oh, it was the Russians. Yeah, it was. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just put a bunch of tacos people can share. Had me at pistachio. What was it called? It was called
Space Lab.
Space Lab. Yes, Space Lab.
Thank you, AJ.
That crashed back to Earth.
Hershey's Kisses are called that because the machine that makes them looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt.
I live next to Hershey. I did know that. You go on the ride. They have a Chocolate World, which is right next to the park, and it has a free attraction that you sit on the car and it takes you through and it explains how to make chocolate, and it has the machine going putting the kisses down. It's cool. It's cool. Of course, it's like brown paint. It's not real chocolate because it's for the attraction, but you get the idea. And the one of the school directors that I was serving with, he knew someone they took apart an old machine that's been in production. It was just like 10 years ago, and it still had the same applewood bearings in it. They had these hardwood bearings in this machine, and they were in there for decades. They were still working just fine, but they, disassembled it, and these wood balls roll out, and it was the bearings inside this big wheel or whatever. I'm like, crazy stuff.
Now, Al says two names, Earth Star and Starlight, referred to the station's likely bright star-like appearance in the skies of Earth, while another, Star Base, was said to build on the tradition of Skylab, the first U.S. space station, which had reached orbit in 1973.
Did you see those satellites they're launching? Bezos from Blue Origin is launching them. It's like a new GPS, but it's super, super low Earth orbit. You look up, you can see them. Little points of light. They're like new stars in the sky, and it's going to be like a grid. Pretty soon, you're going to look up, and there's going to be a grid of what appear to be stars, all moving in unison in front of the backdrop of the real stars.
Yeah.
People are like, we're never going to see the night sky as it's going to clutter the sky. And there's going to be hundreds of them over the world. They're going to blanket the whole low Earth, like as low as you can go. There's going to be these communication satellites.
And Jim Dockrell says Salyut, that's Salyut 1, was the name of the first space station in 1971.
The mulch at Hershey smells like chocolate. Yes, they take the Hershey beans, the shells of the Hershey beans, and they use them as mulch around the property, and they smell so good. I knew a girl that lived next to the towers. They had where they put the raw cocoa beans in it, and there's a little stream, and then there was a little bank, and then there was a row of apartments. And she lived in one of the apartments, and her house always smelled like cocoa beans, or the whole area around. The towers were right there. Like you could walk across the little stream, and right there was the tower. Now they bulldozed the whole apartment complex. It's something else now, but it's aliens, right, Brenda? Says Luana.
Got little lights in the sky.
How many cards in a rock deck? Says Odessa. I don't know.
What is a rock deck? A rook. Rook deck.
A rook deck. I don't know what that
I
is.
used to play Rook years and years ago, but I don't remember how many cards was in the deck, and I don't remember even how to play it now.
I just play blackjack and poker.
Rook and Yahtzee and
Well, a rook is a piece on a chessboard. I guess that's
no Rook the card game.
yeah. I know. I follow you, but yeah, that's where I know the word rook from. Rook deck.
Consists of 57 cards, a blue rook bird card similar to a joker, and 56 cards divided into 4 suits or colors. Each suit, black, red, yellow, and green, is made up of cards numbered 1 through 14.
Sounds too complicated for me.
You used to play Canasta too. You want to see something complicated? Try Canasta. You play 3 decks of cards.
Oh, jeez. Brenda, do you play chess? Says
No.
C-Dubs.
No.
I know how to play chess. I'm by no means.
I've had people show me little things about it in the past, and none of which I remember. I can almost play checkers. I used to play backgammon a lot.
See, someone said that every school-age child should learn chess for one reason. It teaches you that your actions now have consequences further down the line. Because in today's society, people seem to think they can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and have no consequences.
It's that way with a lot of board games and stuff. I mean, you start them out with Chutes and Ladders. You know, that's a good one for kids to learn, you know, that your consequences now can bite you in the fanny later.
We should play online. Yeah, I just C-Dub says he likes to play, but he's not very good at chess.
Yeah, C-Dubs is a lady, and she's one of my buddies. I've been over there on her channel and sit in on her panel, and
cool.
That's C-Dub. She does poetry, and she writes music, and she fishes. And
I wonder if there's like a chess game you can play online, but you just log in whenever you get a chance to make a move, and then it's the other player's turn. If it takes them a day to make a move, you know, kind of.
There are probably YouTube channels about chess. I've never looked for them, but I bet there are. I know there are backgammon channels. And like I say, I used to play backgammon years ago all the time. One of the nightclubs that I went to actually had 2 backgammon stations, one on each side of the building, where people would just go to play backgammon. You sit there, you know, drink and play backgammon all night.
Oh, yep. Al pointed me to a chess game that you can play online, and I guess take as much time as you want to do it. I'm sharing it now, but that's fun. And I've been learning about this other game called Go. Go. Have you heard about it?
No.
It's something they play over in the Asian countries. It's been around since the beginning of time, and it has more spaces on the board, and everyone has black or white stones, and the idea is to surround your opponents, and then you take out what's been surrounded. But the whole point is it's so complicated and involves so much strategy and forward thinking. They can't train computers to beat humans at it. Because, you know, with chess, there's 8 columns, 8 rows, and there's only 16 pieces. So you can calculate the number of, it's a finite number of combinations that you can go into the future. Now it's hundreds of thousands of combinations, but it's a limited number. With Go, it's so huge, you just can't run the future. You can't think every combination because you move a lot, and you can go. And so anyway, it's supposed to be the best strategy thinking game, and all the generals like are in charge of war. They're all Go masters because, you know, you have to do many things at once. You have to have many strategies going, and you have to think. So, I mean, and it's just
Well, see, I play Go here, but it's not like what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's
The Go game that I play here is I've got to go pee. Can I make it to the bathroom before I wet myself? It's a whole different Go.
yeah. Here, can you share? Can you share the screen? Look, this is Go. See, like that's the board. Yeah, no computer can beat all the 60. Yeah, first 60 moves of a Go game animated. Here they're playing it here. Oh, that won't animate with the little thing on it. Anyway, yeah, that is a different type of similar chess game.
Yeah.
Oh, Brenda,
Yeah,
let's see. We're an hour and a half past already, so
yeah, they've been talking about other games there, Scrabble and charades and Pictionary and Chicken Foot, all different kinds of games there in the chat. And yeah, there's all kinds of games that folks can play that they keep trying to invent new ones, but some of the old classics are great. I still like to play Shoots and Ladders. I haven't played in years, but I still think it's funny.
Shoots and Ladders. Yeah, that's a fun one. What was the one?
Candyland?
Well, yeah, one of them requires no strategy. It's just you just follow.
Well, in Shoots and Ladders, you roll the dice and you move your little things so far. And if you hit a shoot, then you shoot up to a different level, and or a ladder. You climb up to a different level. If you hit the shoot, then it pushes you back down.
Yep.
And so yeah.
At Candyland is you don't need to be able to read or write. You just go to the color that's next. So it's like the earliest game you can play as a new human.
You remember Trouble?
Oh, with a Pop-O-Matic bubble, yes.
And
Trouble with the Pop-O-Matic bubble.
Operation.
Uh-huh. And Sorry is a wicked, cruel game.
And there's always Monopoly.
Comedian was talking about playing Monopoly with his young daughters, and it's like, he finally bankrupts his one daughter, and he says to her, he's like, the 4 hours we've been playing, and I finally got all your money. I'm going to use that, put it in my arsenal, and I'm going to crush your sister in the next half hour. It's like you just devastate. Someone figured out mathematics. You watch these mathematic channels. Mm-hmm. I know I'm a nerd. I watch math files and things like that. But if you suck up all the mid-range properties, I think you're like 66% more likely to win. It just they've figured it out because the payouts are in your favor because you put 1 house, 2 house, 3 house hotel. Mm-hmm. Well, if you do 3 houses, that is the highest return based on what you've invested in the property for the houses, based on what you're getting. Once you go hotel, you get more money, but you get per capita less. Mm-hmm. the percentage that you get is less. So if you get like not the cheapo light blue one and the cheapo little orange, not those, but the other two sides, mm-hmm. like not the Park Place side with the rich stuff on it, and not the ghetto side, right at coming out of the Go, but those other, you get all of them, and you just put 3 houses on all of them, you're almost guaranteed to win. That's a strategy.
Yeah. Lighty MC is in the house. Good to have you with us. This is one of my new friends, and she got the time change or the time difference wrong. She's up in Vancouver, and she wanted to be sure and come to the stream tonight. I wanted to say hey to her. Glad you came. You probably have to watch the rerun if you want to network in the chat. everybody works the chat different ways, so you're always welcome to play the replay. It will be delayed in processing because we're going through StreamYard. It takes about 2-3 hours for it to go through to process, but it will eventually be back up with the chat and everything there on my channel. And you can go back through the chat, network with everybody that's in the room, see if you can find some other channels that you like, and watch the video, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. You know how it works. And then they'll get back to you. A lot of good supporters in the house tonight. And let's see, we got some fact stuff here that we wanted to get through. Al is asking, how is a day on Venus longer than a year? Unlike planet Earth, it actually takes longer for Venus to rotate on its own axis, representing the cycle of a day. Then it does it for try that again. Than it does for it to revolve around the sun, representing the cycle of a year. And then let's see.
Venus is awesome. Venus, surprisingly, is the only planet in our solar system that could sustain an Earth-sized population, not on the surface, in the stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So it would literally be Cloud City from Star Wars.
Al says, which is the most common element on Earth? On Earth, oxygen is the most common element, making up about 47% of the Earth's mass.
That's not true. It's not true. Well, it's only 21% of the atmosphere. Atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. But unless it's I guess maybe the water, H2O, so it has 2 oxygen molecules in water. So that might be where it comes from. It's more the oxygen in the water. Nice.
So, there you have it.
There you have it.
So, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. We've been on here an hour and 41, almost an hour and 42 minutes. And we're glad everybody joined us tonight. We hope you made some new friends. We hope your channel's growing. Be sure and watch Matt's live stream on Monday evenings on All Things YouTube to learn about what's going on with YouTube and what new things, what new hell they have in store for us next. And
I follow the developers on YouTube, and when new stuff happens, I tell you what the new stuff is and why it's important, and give you tips on how to grow your channel. Check it out. We're all on YouTube. Everyone watching this show in the chat room's on YouTube.
His take on what they're doing and my take may be different.
The difference is if Brenda and I ever have a conversation with a YouTube employee, they'll have a much better time talking to me than they would.
Mine's going to end with, and that's why I need bail money.
You started the evening not eating salad.
So y'all be sure and check out the Hever Havens that I put up if you want a good laugh, and share them with your friends. I don't want to be the best kept secret on YouTube. I'm trying to make people laugh here. So if you enjoy it, if it makes you laugh, smile, giggle, makes the ends of your mouth curl up just a little bit, share it with somebody else. And with all that being said, we're going to say goodnight to you, and we'll see you back here next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for all the interesting facts. They were awesome.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, I'm taking out the show. Brenda left the show, but it's still live. All right. This is the Mind Equals Blown Matt edition. Good night, all. I'm putting bananas. This is totally bananas. The Matt Show. LOL. Brenda's going to have to come back in. Oh, I can play you some piano scales. Look, I'm learning. Here's my piano serenade. So this is a C. That was a C. This is a D. E. F's are tricky. That didn't sound right. There you go. G. And A. No. I think that's an A. How about them apples? Fun stuff. LOL. Stay and play. Jump on over to All Things YouTube and my other channel, Awesome Wood Things. I'm going to be giving this away. Do you want this piece of artwork? Isn't that cool? I made the frame myself. This is going to be given away on Awesome Wood Things. So be sure to subscribe to Awesome Wood Things on YouTube, and you could win that piece of artwork. I messaged her, Matt. Thank you for messaging her. Here, I'll play some more music. This is what I'm learning now. All right, get ready. It's going to be awesome. So it's